All right, all right, all right.
Game
I'm
day.
Sports Game Day. Woo! Can I say woo? We've been waiting all year for this, and here we are. And what a great spot we're at down here on Lake Hartwell, the Clemson Marina. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. We are pumped. We've been waiting all year. It is officially football Christmas, and we're live here out at the Clemson Marina. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
We do.
I'll tell you, that was the best 2 hours of sleep I ever got last night. I'm not tired.
I got 5.
I don't even feel tired. A little hot out here. Need air conditioner maybe, but besides that, it is beautiful. I was born right across Lake Hartwell. And if you look down here in the distance, you can see the upper stands of Clemson, Death Valley. So anyhow, we got a lot to talk about. Before we get started, I want to talk about a little bit about the sponsors. We're going to have Clemson Marina and some of their staff come on later and talk about Clemson Marina and sales and about the bar and grill up there. But we had several. We had a great week. Things were just picking up speed. It felt like I got shot out of a canyon yesterday, and I have not stopped.
You kind of did.
I did. 2 hours of sleep. Let's go. It's game day, baby. Golden Gate Parking came on board. They're in Central. They're a new sponsor of ours. They've got several acres out there in Central. They got a thing worked out with Tiger Town Transport where you can go out there. We're going to be out there doing a live show for the Appalachian State game. You can go out there and
very nice
and tailgate all day. They got coffee. They provide some stuff. Bring your chicken and all out there. We plan on having a band out there. Stevie's going to be down here in a little bit. We went and saw him play last night.
Yes, we did.
Really good. El Jimador, which is a Mexican restaurant. They've got one. We're going to do a show. We don't know which one yet. They got a place in downtown Clemson, and they also just opened one up in Anderson. And we got Imagine Studios. Chris came on board. He's been with the Tiger Band. Him and his dad both were in the Tiger Band. He's actually in Atlanta now. He actually takes the pictures of all the band players.
Okay.
Got a media pass, does all that. But also he's got another couple of businesses. He's got a logo business where he puts logos and stuff like that. And he does other images and like that. And we got a sliding commercial on the website. Clemson Marina, of course, we're here. We're going to mention them later. Diamonds Direct, we did the Wake Forest game there last.
And they came back on again.
So he renewed, and we're going to be doing the NC State game.
Good.
Don't know what time yet. Color Chaos, give these people some love. We went down there, and I actually did this, where you get to spray each other indoors. You put on like a little hoodie and a thing, and you get to have a little paint fight.
Not going to tell you. I saw that advertisement yesterday, and I was like, what is
here?
That?
I've got plenty of these. Color Chaos. If you show these to if you take these down there, you get 25% discount. You scan it. We're going to be doing some stuff with Color Chaos. Kev Anderson.
He'll post that on the link.
Took me a freaking year to land that account. I went in there and he goes, "Let me get you a check." And I said, "Geez, about time."
Yeah, that's fantastic.
They got the Appalachian State game. We're probably going to do that early. So we've had like 5 sponsors come on. We had somebody renew. Team's picking up. I believe Orange is picking up speed. It's game day, baby. Yeah. We're going to have a record epic year. So as far as the sponsors go, anything you want to talk about?
The volume on the site's picked up a lot. So
we went from 32.2K to 33K in 48 hours. I looked at it this morning.
Really
good Lord. That's almost 1,000 people in 48 hours.
Really
at that rate, we'll have 75,000 in the season.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's going to go at that rate. It does. Well, because we are most exciting, fastest going sports network in the nation, baby. Let's get it.
He's had his coffee. Just give you that.
We will not bore you. Come on our show.
No, that's true.
So anyhow, guess what? I mean, it is football season, so maybe we ought to talk about that.
We probably should, and let's talk about everybody knows Clemson's got a 13.5%. We're the underdog at 13.5.
Yeah,
right.
It's like the stock market that goes from 11 to 12.
Right.
It's a two-figure game.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a neutral site. It's in Atlanta. We all know that's pretty much
not a
home field advantage for Georgia. But that's okay because it's not really that far away for us. So I have no doubt that Clemson's going to bring their support. In fact, they're already there. Yeah. And so we know that's going to. So that's really not going to take that much away. But what's your take on that right there? What do you feel about the spread?
Well,
I mean,
I personally, I think Clemson's advantage strictly because we got nothing to lose. We're not number one. Most people are turning on the game today and watching it at 12 o'clock or not. Vegas is there for a reason.
Sure.
Vegas likes to make money, and they usually do.
Yes.
So when they do these odds, it's not because they favor one team above the other. They put all kinds of things in consideration because nobody likes to lose money. I mean, we're talking about money, it gets serious. So, but Vegas isn't always right. But what I'm getting at is Georgia's got more to lose. I was noticing this. I was listening to the roar coming down here. Another thing is you haven't heard Dabo and Kirby talk a lot about the game. Everybody's kind of been behind the scenes.
Very much so.
As far as, like they usually get a little bit more vocal about it. Close game. Here's what I think. I think it's going to be one at the line. I think a key factor is Clemson, new offensive line coach, Matt Luke. I think the offensive line is
he's done a great job.
Yeah.
He's done a great job so far.
Great job. And
he's
Georgia's got one of the best defensive lines in the country. So does Clemson.
Yes.
Georgia's got one of the best offensive lines. I can't say Clemson does, but we've improved. So
definitely. If
the line can block, give Cade some time, I believe that, the offense is improving. This is the factor I think. I think the key factor is going to be Phil Maffa. And I'll tell you why. Phil Maffa, if he has a good game, gets 150 yards on a first and second down, if he can pick up consistently 4 or 5 yards, doesn't have to get 10 yards. It'd be nice if he does. He may break a couple.
Yeah.
It's going to open up the playbook for Garrett Riley to be able to make more calls.
I agree.
If he gets 1 or 2 yards, then you got to put the play box in. You got to.
But I honestly think that it also comes down to he's got to open up. The receivers have to open up, and he's got to hit the receivers. Receivers have to catch. Remember last season, every time he came through the wall, they couldn't catch it.
Yeah,
and we were having some issues, and we blame some of that on offensive line. Sure, that's part of it, but end of the day, you got to bring the ball in.
Yeah, you got to catch the ball.
And that was some issues. That being said, I think that's going to be a factor there as well. We got to see. I mean, they've had the time to prep both teams, and I don't think that it's going to be. I was watching a Georgia, an SEC person talking about this. I'm like, oh yeah, how many times Kirby Smart's had for 2 years' time? He's had all this time to prep. He blows them out in the first game.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna blow Clemson out.
No.
It's not going to happen.
No.
Now, will it be a tough game? Will it be a tight game? Absolutely, it will be.
Well,
but is it going to be a blowout?
No,
absolutely not.
Clemson's got to have a little margin there. They need to do the small things good.
They do.
3 things that need to come into play. Field position, need to have good punts.
Without question.
Control the field there.
Turnovers.
They need to make field goals. Mm-hmm. One missed field goal can be the difference between a win or a loss. And turnovers,
without a doubt.
We had a problem there, especially in the opener last year against Duke. And turnovers will kill you.
Turnovers
is like, here is a free, here, go ahead.
Yeah.
We don't want to.
I mean, and
hold on the ball, don't throw any interceptions.
6 points determines the game most of the time. 7 points because they took them. Extra point.
We'll see Peter Woods and Sammy Brown. What they're doing.
Oh yeah, the Clemson's players have come back, have done really well. That everybody talks about the NIL and all these things about this. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a factor to some degree. Uh-huh. But truth is, both these schools have excellent traditions.
Yeah,
they raised the kids both build them into the programs, and I'm speaking on both schools.
Right.
They both will breed them properly and get them in. Dude, and that's the important factor right there. That's what you got to see.
Well, we did the show last night. And I was talking. I've been over in the area for the last 5 days, and I'm amazed at how many Georgia fans I see in the Clemson.
Oh yeah.
I guess I never really noticed them in Central Plain, Georgia. I'm up here in this game day week. As a matter of fact, we're in Vapor Nation, and when I walked in, they're not too far away. Athens is not that far. Atlanta's only
it's
116 miles from Clemson.
Exactly.
Athens is not that far. There's a state. You got Lake Hartwell right here. If you go you're going down 85 and you go over the bridge, you're in Georgia. So
Hartwell, Georgia.
So it brings back what we're talking about last night. Clemson, Georgia. 2 powerhouse football teams, 2 passionate fan base.
Absolutely.
Always takes me back to the 80s with Herschel Walker, Vince Dooley, those days, Danny Ford.
Yep.
And what great robbers we had.
Oh, without question.
We won the Natty, and they turned around the next year and won the Natty. And we were all playing each other. And the last couple of matchups we have not won.
No.
The last one went down
We're due, for sure.
We're due. And the last one went down to not even an offensive touchdown. It went down to a pick 6.
It went down to a pick 6.
DJ wouldn't have thrown that pick 6.
Yep.
We don't know what would happen. Clemson probably would have won the game.
But since you brought DJ up, let's talk about that one real quick. So he had his he had his opening game. Florida State did, and to me, all this hype came out about DJ, and I mean, no offense, he kind of looked a little bit like the old DJ of past, did he not?
He did. It just seems like DJ's been playing for a while, like forever. It's 5 years, but it seems longer than that.
It does seem longer than that.
I was glad to see last Saturday, even though they played in Ireland. I mean, to wake up and football's football. I was thinking ahead, and I'm thinking, well, we play Florida State, and I'm thinking, well, they're ranked 10th. They were ranked 10th, and I'm thinking, well, it'd be good to play them undefeated, but I just couldn't take it upon myself to pull for. That stuff just drives me nuts. And you corrected me about a year ago because I thought they copied the Braves, but I stand corrected. They came up with that. But it's got to be
Sanders did it actually. He started it.
I guess if you're a Seminoles fan, it's not annoying. But if you're on the opposing team and you're sitting next to them and you're losing, and all you hear is I
mean, if you think about it, it's dominating.
Yeah,
it's really neat, and it's part that goes back to my college traditions that I love.
About they got a real football. Horse with
absolutely.
Man, there's nothing like college football.
Florida State has got fun traditions, just like Clemson. Every college has it, and that's what makes college football so
college
much fun.
Football the best.
It really
I watch some NFL, but college is really where my heart is.
Yeah, without a question.
It's just something about a Saturday during college football in the fall.
Oh, yeah.
And, people like during summer, what are you going to do? I don't know, man. During the weekend, I think maybe I'll go to the pool. Shit, it's too hot. Play tennis. Golf's too hot.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe go to a movie. Hang out at the house. You don't need to ask me what I'm doing the weekend during college football.
No, you don't.
It's already set. You don't even have to put it on the calendar. We know we're going to watch the game here, and then after that, we're going to watch the other games. And we got a game tomorrow night.
That's right.
5 games in a row. Started off with Colorado.
College football is officially here, so.
And I Bleed Orange is officially happening, kicking and popping. There's a bunch of new stuff going on. Brought on, shout out to Beth Matthews. Her son's wife had a baby, a girl. I'm not sure the name. She's at the hospital.
Awesome.
So she's become a grandmother. Sean, Shirley, he's come on as our IT guy. We got John Bryan over here taking photography. We're growing. We're fixing to have another writer come on board. It's just mind-boggling what's happening. I mean, we just started Sports Network. We started I Bleed Orange in 2017 as a Facebook group, and then it turned into a business, an LLC, in 2018 as a product-based business. And then, we took on like 80 sponsors last year,
which is awesome.
5 this week alone. Probably going to take on the hotel chain again. Then I think they're going to. She came to the show last night.
What's great about that is people see the from a business point of view, they see the return of their investment.
Yeah, well, that's great. We're exciting. We like to be enthusiastic. My dad was sitting there one time, led all the different Clemson groups, and he looked at this group. No discredit to any other Clemson media group out there, but he's looking at this, looking at that, and he looks over at us, looks back over and starts shaking his head. He goes,
"There's no comparison."
He goes, "I don't know what it is." He goes, "Excuse my language. Y'all are badass. Y'all are just different. Y'all are like the Rolling Stones of Clemson football." And yeah, baby, that's where we want to be, the Rolling Stones of Clemson football.
I like that.
I mean, we just want to be loud. We want to be entertaining. What does the duck have to do with insurance? Aflac, the duck gets you attention. What does I Bleed Orange have to do with football? Well, it's a saying we've been saying. The story is I was born right across the lake, and I was a December baby, and about a couple weeks into it, I fell off my crib, and I cut myself, and I was bleeding orange. And that's a true story. And so 50-some years later, I started I Bleed Orange. No, I started in my 40s. We started Sports Network in the 50s. So it's just a saying we've been saying all that. It runs deep. We bleed orange.
Absolutely.
We're real passionate about what we do. And we try to stand out a little bit. We try to have a little fun, like Pat McAfee show. You ever seen that on ESPN?
Absolutely.
I watched, they got the tiles on and everything, and so-and-so had 2.5. They got Pat on there with a sleeveless shirt. They got a disclaimer going down there. We won't do anything off the cuff like that, but we might.
That's not true. We might.
We will get your attention.
It has been known to happen.
And we will draw business to our customers and our sponsorships, because that's the lifeline of what we do. That's the bills. That allows us to run the sports network, and they've been very generous.
Oh, where I really was going with that is that what's really nice about it is that you have the people who have been last year, and they're excited to come back.
Yeah, coming back and renewing.
So if you're seeing this right now and you're looking at it, you're going to see the return on your investment very quickly. It's just because the problem, the great thing about it is when people look on here, they say, hey, and they Google what they need to see, and it lands it to
Yeah, we got about 12 different ways. I mean, I love I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I love Small Business America. I kind of like to call it Shark Tank of Upstate. And what it is 2024, and everything's changed.
I like to call it the Tiger Den of the Upstate myself.
Yeah, okay. But the thing is everything's changed. Everything's gone to multimedia. Everything's gone to search engine optimization. If you need to go to a funeral or you need to go to a wedding in Nashville, Tennessee in 2 weeks, you're not going to sit there and listen to the radio for an advertisement where you're going to stay. You're not going to watch TV.
No.
You're going to go on your phone and you're going to search for something. You're coming into town for the game. You need a nice wings restaurant. You're going to search online. Everything is digital. You can also track digital. I'm not sure you can track TV. And really, when you look at TV
or radio,
I
mean, you can't. There are tracking phone numbers and things, but it's not the same.
You don't watch TV to listen to commercials. You don't listen to radio, and that's how they pay their bills. But the thing is this: everything begins with a thought. And when I'm thinking of something and I want to look for it, because back in 1985 or something, we want to know who had the most rushing yards in the NFL. You could say somebody, I could say somebody, we'd never know until we went to the library or something.
Exactly.
Now everything's search engine. So somebody's coming in town for the game.
That's the whole thing. Now you Google it.
Or
whatever.
They're coming into town. They want a nice wings restaurant. They're going to Google it. Come in town. They want to find a nice candy company. Pendleton Candy Company. Nice bar and grill. Wake and Bake Bar and Grill. They need a Kia. If somebody's shopping for a car, Kia, Ford, Anderson Ford, Kia of Anderson. They're going to go online and look. We're going to spread that love out there. We're going to get you hits over here, hits over there. We got about 12 different ways we market for you. And we're just expanding. We got one of the best IT guys now in the nation working for us.
Which is awesome.
He blew. You're on that conference call with us. He was bold. My mom was about to explode after that, talking about all the search engine and stuff and all that technical stuff. That's his job. I'm just here to run my mouth.
And you do it well. Just going to say. No, there's a lot more you do behind the scenes. I mean, to be fair to it, Josh has done a phenomenally good job with this behind the scenes. There's a lot of things you don't see behind the scenes. He's always on. He's always just
keep talking for a second.
He's just constantly just doing everything. So anyway, but going back to the Georgia game, just giving you a heads up. Okay. The Georgia defensive line. Is the biggest question mark of the game. Yeah, you were just talking about that. Jordan Hall is hurt, and Warren Brinson is banged up.
Yeah, they got
What's your thought about that one right there? Just give you a heads up.
Well, I mean, injuries is never good for a team, and I don't want to play fair and square, but I mean, it's going to help Clemson. It's not going to help Georgia.
So, what's your take? What do you think?
It's an advantage when you got two star players hurt or injured. Always does.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to see that, but
no, of course not.
Back in the day, if Tom Brady was the quarterback and you're in the Super Bowl and he got hurt, he couldn't play. It's the advantage to the opposite team.
Yeah.
Injuries are big. Ask Aaron Rodgers. All that big money he signed last year, and 4 plays into the season, he's out.
Yeah.
Still got to pay him the money.
I
mean, the Jets didn't do as good as I think they would if Aaron Rodgers was starting. So that's injuries that's part of the game, man. It's a man sport. I mean, it's not paddleball.
So how about Carson versus Klubnik? What's your take?
Well, Carson reminds me, just speaking of Tom Brady, reminds me of a younger Tom Brady, the way he can stop on a dime, playing foot, release. Now, from what I heard,
that's a little premature myself.
Well, I heard a couple people say that. I'm not saying he's as good as Tom Brady. He's got some of the same flow and some of the same motions, or whatever you want to say.
I'm not saying he's not good. I'm saying
he reminds me a little bit. Premature. Oh, well, nobody. I mean, Tom Brady's the GOAT until somebody proves him different. It's like
Michael Jordan in basketball.
So, he's taking from what I've heard, pretty smart. Some of the interviews and some of the articles I've read, he's taking the off season pretty seriously.
Yes.
He's worked on his long ball. So the only thing I can say is improved. He's probably better than he was last year, and I can say the same thing about Cade. Cade's better than he was last year. He's improved. He's a little bit, the team's behind him as a leader. That's the big thing. You got to have your quarterback as a leader. He's got to be the guy that leads the team besides the coach, the guy on the field. Cade, I think the big factor for Cade is the offensive line giving him some more time, and he's not running and scrambling. We have Clemson Marina. They're on their way coming down.
Nice.
Get them all in here.
Oh, we can. All right. So
They're going to be coming in. We're going to be watching the game down here at Clemson Marina. We're probably going to do a little halftime live show.
This is a really nice place.
It is beautiful.
It really is a really nice place. And if you don't know where this place is,
it's at 123 Marina Drive. It's in Seneca. You get it in GPS.
You do,
but
it's off of Cherry Road back that way.
Yeah, you just got to put
behind.
it in GPS. It'll take you down the old back road, and you'll look back and you'll see the stadium back here.
But if you put it in on Google or Waze and put Clemson Marina, it'll pop it right up, and you come out here.
Yeah,
and when you come out here, I'm telling you, it is a beautiful spot.
It is. You come down here in the morning, the road team. I was down here kind of early. I was down here about 9 o'clock, and you got the road team going across. I was down every time I come down here about 9 or 8 o'clock in the morning. The road team actually practices down here.
Y'all see that? I mean, just give you a heads up, just where it is, because back over here you see where the stadium is back over here, and so it just is a great little spot.
Jenny and Anna, let's do a little shout out with them. They were on our first podcast, and this summer they did a venture, and did it for a good cause. They actually went to Clemson. They were actually on the road game. And they left in like June and got back in August. And it was like 68 days or something like that. And no, more than that, actually. They went 2,800 miles from Montego Bay to Hawaii and set a Guinness Book World Record. They were on our first podcast. They did a lot of stuff. We actually sponsored them. They did a lot of stuff for, raised a lot of money for women's athletes, underprivileged, women. Awesome. So we donated a little bit of money. And so that's cool when you see something like that. And somebody doing something like that, Clemson, when the Guinness Book comes out, you'll see him on there. I just can't imagine being in a 25-foot long boat, 5 feet wide, for 2 months, over 2 months.
That's a long.
The same person. Me and you would kill each other.
Oh yeah.
Day would take two. We'd be throwing each other.
We would do it by the end of the day.
But you got to figure out, you're going to have storms. You got to have some kind of sea rations. You got to get to the bathroom. You got to sleep.
They were fishing pole. And fish.
But that was amazing. That was pretty cool.
No,
they actually contacted us and wanted to be on our podcast. I didn't even know they were doing that. We did that last year.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. That's really
12 o'clock. I mean, it's kicking off. 12:07 to be exact, according to ESPN and the Roar. I guess that's TV. It's going to be a Mercedes-Benz.
Which is a really pretty stadium. It really is.
It's probably going to be maybe a couple more Georgia fans. I think it's pretty equally balanced.
Oh, it's going to be equally balanced, no question about it.
Down
there. There's tons of them down there.
And
it was sold out 2 weeks beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. It was sold out 2 weeks
I just wish they would we're going to play them pretty consistently. Let's go Georgia one year, go Clemson next year.
It's not going to happen with the way
I guess it's TV and money and stuff like that. I mean, last year we played at Duke on a Monday.
Right.
And then we played against Georgia 3 years ago. That was in Atlanta, wasn't it?
That was Georgia Tech.
No,
that was Georgia.
Georgia. Yeah, we didn't play them at Georgia, and we didn't play them at Clemson.
That's correct. It was the year before that we played Georgia Tech. Yep. Down there, I believe it was.
Yeah, it comes down to 5 letters. MONEY. Money.
Absolutely.
That's why they're playing there. No other reason.
It's
TV and money. Speaking of that, while we're waiting on the Clemson Marina to get down here, we're talking about last night. 10, 15 years ago, if you told me college football would be the way it is now, I'd be like, dude, you all right? I mean,
I'd say the last 2 years.
College football has come over some major changes. The NIL is basically turned college football into a big. It was already big time business, but now the players are involved. And now you got a star quarterback or star player that can actually come straight out of high school and become a millionaire.
Michael Jordan made a comment a while back, and it's one of those things, and I'm not quoting him verbatim, please understand, but he said that when players started back in his day, he said, you had to prove yourself before you could make the money. He said, now these guys are coming out here now, and they're getting paid the money, haven't proved themselves.
Yeah.
And he said, you're paying a huge gamble on these guys, and you don't know what you're getting.
Well, look at DJ.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I'm gonna say.
And so you're getting all this.
Yeah, auto loan.
And is it really worth it?
See how they do the first year, and then decide whether they're gonna pay them or not.
Exactly. That's that's kind of where the NIL has to kind of balance itself out. And I think ultimately it will.
Yeah.
Because I think once somebody realizes, wow, on paper you look great until we actually, the unknown factors come into it, and now we don't really know how you're going to pan.
You don't know till you know. I mean, like Tom Brady won a highly drafted guy in the NFL. And neither was Tony Romo or Dak Prescott. He's all right, but nobody knew who he was.
No.
And so sometimes people just step up to the occasion. Sometimes they don't.
Sometimes they don't. And that's that variable.
There have been some people that come out of college you really didn't know who they were, but NFL stars.
I really do think that ultimately that there's going to be some regulating on that stuff, because I just don't think that, as you said, it comes down to money. I don't think at some point somebody's going to look at this and just go, we're just not going to sink this ridiculous amount to hope.
Yeah.
We're just not going to.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Years ago, before even they start talking about NIL, there's always been money exchanging hands.
Oh, sure.
If you're honest about it.
We all know that.
Yeah. New cars showing up. Some big quarterback showed up in town.
Always had booster call for certain people.
All of a sudden, he's got a new BMW, right. And he didn't have $5 in his bank account before. But I about 10 years ago, I was thinking, you're in college. That's a full-time job. You're playing football during football season. Pretty much a full-time job. You really don't have time to have a job.
No.
I mean, you're either in school, or you're studying, or you're on the football field. So either a parent's going to have to throw some money in there, or you're going to have to be on the meal plan or something like that. So I thought years ago that they ought to have a plan where everybody gets $1,000, $800 a week to do your laundry, to buy your food, get your gas, equally fair. So then they came out with the NIL, because big sponsorships, the Bojangles and the Dr. Peppers got on board. Big time money, and they're throwing the money to sponsorships, and everything's just changed. So we're not talking $1,000, we're talking millions.
Yeah, and that's the and then that's my big issue right there.
Yeah.
Then you got people and you go, well, he's committed, but that goes back to where I'm really proud of a lot of the schools that build their traditions up and build their values, and which Clemson does. Again, Georgia does, and where these schools will build their traditions and build these things up, and you've got to see the value of the school itself. And if you don't buy into it, mm-hmm. they really don't want you part of that program.
Yeah,
I hate to say it. I know that, but Florida State last year 13-0, and we can argue. We can argue about. We can argue about. I'm gonna sit while we talk.
All right, guys, we're going Facebook Live here for our Facebook big group, and we got the restream over here for our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. That's why we got two live things going. We wanted to do this live because that's the most things, and Beth has become grandmother, and she went here to be able to stream that right away.
Great,
which is great. We got best of both worlds.
Yeah, we do.
So that's why we're looking both ways.
So we're waving over here, and we're waving over here.
So probably most of us see us over here, but we got the high definition over here. This is going to be on the YouTube channel. This is going to be on all this stuff and downloaded and saved. So if you got YouTube, by the way, I believe Orange fans, if you're YouTube subscribers, it's free. Subscribe to us. If you've got YouTube, you want to watch us on the YouTube channel at home.
In fact, he'll post the link on I Bleed Orange, and that way you can click on that.
Your big screen TV at home and watch us on the YouTube channel. It's saved all our shows and saved all our podcasts and our shout out commercials. And so we're trying to raise the numbers there to get the activity up for sponsorship.
Again, you've done a great job with that. You really have.
But I'm a big thinker. I'm a big dreamer. I want to see. I see this thing bigger than my brain can.
That's okay. That's the only way it works.
Takes people and it takes activity.
It does.
And looks like we got Clemson Marina coming down here.
Oh, sweet.
And we're going to get them on. They were so kind to sponsor this for us and allow us to come here and sell. And we're going to get them on. And we're going to stand back up.
They're coming, so that's okay. So now we're sitting back down. So we're just playing musical chairs over here right now. So now I'm going to readjust this.
All right. So,
for now, I see.
Okay. So we're just getting everybody set up.
Do is
we'll need some other folks over here now, probably.
You gonna wait on them, or
no? I'm just saying.
We'll get you on there. What's your position?
I'm the salesman.
That's the most important, sales.
Yeah, it is.
Nothing sold.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to introduce you, and
you
tell us a little bit about what you do and what you got going on here.
And I'm Mike, by the way. Nice to meet you, Brandon.
Josh Starnes. This is Mike at Clemson Marina. Okay, Eclipse Marine Group, parent company.
Eclipse Marine Group is the mother company name. We just have multiple locations, so technically this is Eclipse Marine Group at Clemson Marina.
Okay.
Right, and then we have a Seneca sales and service a lot over there, and then we have Sinclair Marina in Milledgeville, Georgia. We have Clarksville Marina in Appling, Georgia.
Okay.
It's all under Eclipse Marine Group.
Okay.
Nice. Y'all are kind of over the southeast, kind of a little bit.
We're spread out because now we have sister companies in Georgia and in Florida. That's all underneath the same umbrella.
Okay.
So
you're in sales. I was telling Mike's in
theory.
sales, and theoretically, I own the company, but I'm in sales too. It's the backbone of America.
Nothing's made without a sale.
Nothing's sold, nothing happens, and it's the backbone of every business. People just think businesses just run, but it doesn't matter if you're selling hamburgers, boats, or you're selling sponsorships. It comes down to sales and volume. So tell us a little bit about what you sell and what y'all specialize in. And
so Eclipse Marine Group, as it sounds, we are a marine industry, right? So we sell, for the most part, boats. We sell a variety of brands out of all of our locations. We carry brands like Lund and Crestliner and Bayliner and Heyday, Veranda, Express. Yeah. We have quite a diverse lineup of boats. So we have everything from small aluminum fish to giant tritoons and wake boats and whatever a customer is looking for. We've got something that'll fit the bill. Yeah. We also offer service departments at all these locations, but we also have on the water marinas. So here at Clemson Marina, we have full marina outfit going on here with a fuel dock, boat rentals, Freedom Boat Club. We have the grill restaurant. We have a restaurant at our Sinclair location as well. And our Appling, Georgia, Clarksville location is also a marina. So all of those locations are doing boat rentals.
Okay. What is the Freedom Boat Club?
So Freedom Boat Club, not to be confused with boat rentals. Okay, boat rentals is exactly what it sounds like. You show up for the day and you rent a boat just like you're renting a car.
Right.
Freedom Boat Club is an actual club that you would join. And Freedom Boat Club has over 400 locations now, and even international. They have locations in Europe now as well, and they're looking to expand into Australia and some other places. But in this country alone, you're looking at nearly 400 locations of Freedom Boat Club. You would join a specific location. So a franchise here, for instance, if you live close to this area, you join this location.
Okay.
And you would be paying a monthly membership fee once you join here to have use of the boats in the fleet. You can go on the online reservation at any point and book a boat for the half a day or full day, whichever one you want out of the fleet. You come out and you use the boat. The dock masters will have the boat ready for you when you get here. Basically, you show up with whoever you're going to have a good time with on the water that day, use the boat, bring it back to the dock, and you're done with it. They do all the cleaning. They do all the maintenance. So it's like having access to boats
without having to do
full boat ownership.
Yeah, nice.
So you also get reciprocal uses at those other locations across the country. So if you vacation and travel, and there's a Freedom Boat Club somewhere near where you're traveling to, you can go out and use a boat out of there.
So how do you become a member of the Freedom Boat Club? It's like a yearly membership.
Yeah, so it's
you pay dues and you get access.
Correct, and there's a couple of different levels depending on if you wanted to do 5 days a week or if you wanted to include the weekends. So there's 2 different levels of membership there. Also, the number of reciprocal uses you wanted to use at other locations across the country. And they also do a friends and family membership package where you can go in with another friend or family and split a membership that makes that cost, less per group involved there. So there, you can basically tier your level of membership based off of your budget and how often you plan on using the boats. But yeah, once you are a member, you essentially have unlimited use of the boats at your location. You can use one every day if you want.
That's pretty neat.
There's no stipulation.
So somebody's coming down here for the weekend for the game and they want to rent a boat out. How do they get in touch with y'all?
Probably the website has got a boat rental section on there that will show you the boats in the rental fleet. It'll show you what's available. It'll show you the prices and allow you to book online as well. You can call our ship store where the ship store staff will certainly help you out there as well. Typically, the easiest thing to do, though, is to go through the website because you can see the different boats that are there and what the availability and pricing are, and you can book it straight there online.
What is the website?
ClemsonMarina.com is probably easiest.
ClemsonMarina.com.
ClemsonMarina.com.
You'll put that link down.
Yeah, we'll put the link on there.
You know, there's a couple of different websites involved there. Obviously, Eclipse Marine Group. We have Eclipse Marine, Eclipse websites. But to get here for these services, ClemsonMarina.com will navigate you to boat rentals. It'll navigate you to the grill. It'll navigate you to Freedom Boat Club. It'll navigate you to boat sales. All of that can be had from the same place.
Gotcha. Nice. Very nice.
I may look into that.
That's really cool.
We might get an Oblate Orange weekend and come down and get in the boat and hang out and go to the game. And
hey, look, you can actually drive a boat across the way and beach it over there and walk right to the football stadium. You see the stadium right there in the background. Very handy for night games, so you don't have to
do
deal
another
with
show
traffic
here and
leaving
then get in the boat and go over to the
yeah,
game.
absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right.
All right.
Pretty smart thinking
Yeah.
out there. It's a
So-
great little location here too. Actually,
It is a great
fantastic
location. Like I said, I was born right across the lake a couple years back.
Yeah, we enjoy it. A nice little peninsula here. So most days, even in the summer, you know, there's some kind of a breeze. Although today it's not as much of one, but usually it's going to be several degrees cooler sitting here than if you were in a parking lot in the middle of
A
town.
week ago,
Oh,
I go to these
Without
early
question.
morning walks, and it felt like fall. And then all of a sudden, you know, about 5 days ago, summer's like
That's that false fault.
we were just joking. We didn't leave. We just gave you a little break. We're back. But I hear it's supposed to be real nice during. It's gonna be a night game, but I'm looking at the Appalachian State game. It's high 75.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So hopefully we don't have too many hot days. But I mean, Clemson, Georgia's indoors, so it's not going to affect the game.
Yeah.
But I have been at Death Valley when it was 180 degrees. I'm just kidding. 98 degrees one
180.
time. Texas
Look at that.
A&M, and we about died out there. Could not enjoy the game. So, all right. Nope. Y'all want to get on camera? You?
Come
And
on.
we're going to do.
He's an operator.
Look at the time here. We've been on about 38 minutes.
So tell us who you are.
I'm Jake. I work
Jake.
here at
Hey,
Clemson
Jake,
Marina.
you're not with Allstate either.
No, I'm not. I'm State Farm. No, yeah, I work here at Clemson Marina. Take care of some day-to-day stuff. Make sure the place gets running smoothly.
So maintenance
Nice.
and stuff, or just kind of
Just about
somebody has
everything.
a problem, they call you on that little thing. And
Yeah,
that
they
thing you're
give me a
busy,
ring.
you fix the problem.
Very
Yes, sir.
nice.
The problem fixer. You got to have a problem fixer.
I'm very familiar with those guys myself.
Our
personally.
problem
They-
fixer
they-
became a grandmother. She's in the hospital
Yeah.
right now with her son.
Which we're hoping this is working right now.
Yeah, Beth,
We-
congratulations on becoming a
That was
grandmother.
good.
We love you. So I look forward to seeing pictures of the baby online and stuff.
So what all do you do? I mean, with here, I mean, I know you maintain stuff like that. I'm familiar with that personally with my day-to-day job.
Yes, sir.
But what do you do specifically?
So most days I'll get in here. We'll take care of some rental boats, get them cleaned up, ready to send out. We'll get renters in, and I'll help send the boats out. And then I work up in service a lot, taking boats down, putting them in the water for people, and then whatever else we have going on around here, whether it's taking care of some of the weeds, building something, fixing something.
So I guess the rental boat's
You're the
kind
jack
of
of all
like,
trades. your facilities and everything.
Yeah,
You
yes,
do it. You do it all.
I got my toe in just about every bit of water around here. So,
so I guess the rental boat, you book it. They're kind of like a rental car. They reserve you one, I guess, different levels of
yes, sir.
what you charge and
Like
what
random
boat you have. And
Yeah.
then, so what about the selling of boats? Finance that? Anybody takes cash right there. That's him.
Yes, sir. That's Brandon right there.
Got the big time guys down. They want to buy a big old boat and write you a check for the whole amount. It's all good, but they want to finance. You go through certain finance companies and stuff like that.
We do have our own in-house.
In-house,
financing,
that's
yes.
even better. Okay.
So we have for a variety of options there.
Okay.
Take care of our customers, whatever they need.
I need an Oblate Orange boat.
Yeah.
Give us a year.
Yeah, there it is right there.
There it is.
See, there you go.
That's our boat.
Look, speak it
That's
into
okay.
existence, and there it is.
That's nice.
There you go.
That's sweet. So yeah, we're gonna try to maybe rent a boat during one of the home games and take the crew and do another show here.
This is Zozo's with the group.
Hey,
Brunswick.
yeah.
You write the checks.
No,
No.
no. I'll
Somebody
take
in.
checks.
Huh?
I'll take checks.
Somebody's
Run
checking
the
from
bank.
Georgia.
I run the restaurant.
The restaurant.
Oh,
Yeah, get
okay.
on over here. It's
Well, I'm
game day.
Michael. Nice to
Hi,
meet
I'm
you.
Zoe. Nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet
Josh Starnes.
Josh,
Nice to meet you too. So the restaurant, I've eaten here a few times. It's really good.
Yeah,
We're gonna watch the
thanks.
game here. We got a couple people coming down here, and we're gonna stay and watch the game
Oh yeah.
and eat some
Absolutely.
And
burgers.
this is
We've
a
got
great
the
spot,
TVs,
guys. Come out here and check 'em out.
All kinds of different
And if
things.
y'all have YouTube here,
YouTube.
If you've got a YouTube channel,
Oh,
you can actually watch this on one of the screens.
Okay,
But anybody that's got YouTube,
I've got it at my house.
yeah, you can watch the show we're doing right now. Just put in Obleed Orange. It shows all the shows, and boom, it's going live right now on that. So you got any specials going on today?
You got internet. You got YouTube.
Not today. After the season kind of finally dies, which this is the last big event of the season. We typically will do drink specials since we're a little bit slower. It's easier to handle with the volume, as well as student discounts for food, and we do different creative menu items to try and get ready for the next season.
Is y'all's busiest time of season summer?
It is, absolutely.
Of course it is. Kind of like pools and stuff, boats and stuff like that. So ours is, of course, football season.
Sure.
Right.
Even though we got baseball and basketball, but this is what really shoots
Well, I mean,
the
This
rock.
drives everything.
Their basketball program and their baseball program are phenomenal.
Oh,
So
it's been a great year. I mean,
It has been.
Well, football hasn't
Let's
started
not forget
yet.
soccer.
Let's not
That's
forget
true.
soccer,
Soccer,
2 national
soccer.
championships, and nobody talks about that.
Let's not forget
Let's
that.
not forget the road team. You ever
That's
heard
right.
of Jenny and Anna?
I haven't, but we had a road team event out here where they came and
remember her
did
telling
one
me
of the,
about
yeah. So that
We
was
have-
pretty neat. And then in the winter, since we're open all year now, we have nice heaters. And it kind of helps keep the heat in, but you still get a lovely view of the lake. But you can all watch the road team. We'll practice out here.
Was that them this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and I
we
came out
watch
here and
them
met with Kim early one
listen
morning.
to them get screamed at. You know?
Yeah, the coach is yelling. Last
That's
time I was
probably
out
the
here, it's
most
like
entertaining
8:30 in the
part.
morning. It's
Yeah.
like nothing better to be on the boat.
While you're
8:30 in the
sipping
morning
coffee,
being
they're
yelled
busting
at.
their rear end.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
I'm like, man, they're working hard.
Somebody's
All right,
got
so if
to.
anybody's watching this and they're not in Atlanta and they're within driving distance of Clemson Marina, the game starts in a little over an hour. We're going to be here watching it. We're going to do a little halftime shout out.
And I know you can Google it. I know you can put it in and you can find it on your GPS, Clemson Marina. I know that, but how do you get here?
So the easiest way, if you're coming from like the Clemson area, is you're going to go towards Seneca
Okay.
on that highway. And I haven't lived here that long, so I don't really know the name
Sorry.
of the highways. But you're going to pass the Aldi
That road,
area.
guys.
That road.
Yeah.
That road where the Aldi is. I'm
By
gonna
the Red
use-
Rock.
Yeah, and you're coming the other way. It's going to take
I'm
you down
true,
through Cherry
using
Road.
true South terms, landmarks. So
Just
you're gonna
GPS it.
You're going to
GPS
take the light right by the Aldi, right after the Aldi, left, and then you're going to go the next light.
I have to say,
Take
Aldi
another
was
left.
better.
See?
It's just a beautiful spot.
See, I don't know.
What was that?
Seneca Creek Road.
But the
Seneca Creek Road.
Official-
That's what I was looking
Just
for.
GPS it. Nobody's got
official
paper
address
maps.
is 150 Clemson Marina Drive.
Now, you can easily find it. I GPSed it. I put Clemson Marina in it. Pulled up.
Yeah.
It was easy enough. And so
It's right there on I-85 too, so it's an easy jump
Yeah.
off from the interstate as well.
Yeah. You're coming from Georgia.
Well, we don't want them anyways.
Well, you
we're
do,
just
but not
we're
today.
just talking the last several days. I didn't guess because we're playing Georgia. There aren't Georgia fans in the area.
Well, actually, my boss is a huge Georgia fan, so
Really?
unfortunately, we're probably gonna have to hear his mouth. But
Oh,
we'll try to keep him stuck in the back so we don't have to hear a lot.
I dated a Georgia fan once. She made me do that. I won't ever do it again. But
you
she
just
said
did it. Just
I just did
point
it,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, just don't say that. So
she said I did pretty good at it. But definitely all Clemson. It's going to be a good game. You're a Clemson fan, right?
it is.
Actually, I'm not, but my husband is. He
Okay.
actually moved to
Half Clemson
Clemson
fan.
because he is a Clemson fan.
Okay. Where are
So,
you from?
Florida.
Florida. You're a Florida fan.
I am a Florida fan. So
The
we
game
play
today,
Miami.
Yeah, we're
now,
going to
and-
be talking about that game. on the
Yeah,
game text.
I have some hope.
I don't like the U. I'm pulling for you guys. I've had a little rough
So,
season.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
guys.
thank you. Come on down to Clemson
Yeah,
Marina.
absolutely. We'll grab a
Absolutely.
burger later.
All right, we will. All right. 44 minutes. You want to start doing game day picks or you want to come on?
Come on over. Let's talk to him.
All right. What's your name?
Matthew Cox.
Matthew Cox, Josh Starnes.
Nice to meet
Hey,
you.
man,
Orange.
Michael
Nice to meet you.
Ledgett.
All right.
So what do you do?
So I'm the operations manager. We take care of. We also have boat storage, boat rentals, fuel dock. We have wet and dry slips for storage.
Yeah.
The dry stack is something that's coming back slowly.
Yeah.
We're going to start trying to fill it up more and
Okay.
more. The boat rentals you can do half day, you can do full days, you can do week.
Okay.
What was I going to say?
Filled up with a full tank of gas, I guess, and
Right.
bring
So
it back
it's
like a
full.
rental car.
Right. It's full when you go out.
What do you
when
gas
come
up
back.
around here? You got a little gas?
It's right there. There's gas pumps right there.
Gas pumps down there?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't worry about about that. You let them worry about that. They come in here, they drop. You drop it
Y'all
off.
ever
They
run
take
into
care of
like
it.
in the
That's-
winter where it
that's-
gets below 32? You got to worry about anything. Not really here.
Not really.
South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some folks they do winterize, which the
Winterize it.
service takes care of.
Okay.
Full service. We have the grill,
Grill.
and
Yeah.
so
Great location. Great area.
It really is a good location.
We're gonna get a boat. We're getting an oblate orange boat. I'm imagining it. I'm imagining it. We got to find somebody to detail it. We'll do a show on the boat.
There you
Let's
go.
get a hot spot out there and right out there, real near the stadium.
where
Good
see
next
the
show out
stadium,
That's right.
that'd be great.
I guess during the game when they're playing home, you can hear them roaring.
Oh yeah,
They probably got a touchdown.
right.
Can't see it, but I hear it.
right.
Oh,
You
you
see
can
the
hear it from here.
fireworks before.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You hear the cannon, see the fireworks, and then it'll come
The
on.
night game. You ever? How late y'all stay? What are your hours?
We're open from 8:30 to 5.
The 5.
Correct.
And the grill too.
The grill's
Grill's
open
open
to
till
11 to 9.
9. Okay.
11 to 9.
All right.
Still
Sounds-
good. Great.
Sounds good.
You're doing picks.
I'm doing it.
Well, get over here and talk some picks.
Let's talk some picks.
Let's talk some picks. All right. I don't know if y'all know this or not. There's an important game in a little bit.
I'd say there's a few of them, actually.
So I guess we'll go into the Clemson game first.
Oh, going right to the big cheese.
No, let's go last. Let's go
I was
last.
gonna say,
Let's go backwards. Let's go
bottom.
backwards. Okay, we got USC and LSU. USC is that's University of Southern California, the real USC, and LSU versus LSU. The play-in in LSU. That is according to Vegas yesterday, it's 4.5 LSU. Who wants to speak on that one first?
Until proven otherwise, I'm going to have to go with LSU on that one. USC's definitely got talent there, but to me, they're still a little bit inconsistent on a week-to-week basis. Now, this is the first game of the year, so you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah,
You don't exactly.
But-
let's ask Georgia Tech.
But if I'm
Got that right.
if I'm putting my guess on anything on that one, I'm going with LSU.
Well, and I certainly wouldn't bet on that game, but I'm the other way around. I
Yeah,
think
you
I
said
think
this,
I think I think I think USC is going to win,
You want
and I don't think it's going to be a huge amount.
I'll
either.
take a bet on that game.
But I think USC is going to win that
They're
game.
playing in LSU.
I get that,
That's the real death.
but I don't think that LSU is
But-
is cracked up as everybody wants them to say.
Playing
they are.
down there in
And I think that USC has built a team and they've done pretty decent, and we'll see. I mean,
you got LSU at
Starting a
13.
new quarterback, though, right?
Starting
They
to
do.
Jaden, the
It's
Heisman
okay.
Trophy winner, went to the NFL, so
Oh,
they
is
lost him. They're playing. USC's coming all the way from California.
Yeah.
And they're playing down in.
New quarterback on the road.
One
Those
thing,
out- those Cajun-
one thing I'm going to tell you though, if you got a great quarterback, you always have a good number 2,
Mhm.
and
true.
that's the way it is, and that's the things that people see behind the scenes, because you've got to have somebody pushing that guy behind the scenes,
Yeah,
and that's what a lot of people miss on. They miss that,
Yeah.
and they think, oh well, he's out now, so there's nobody there. That ain't true, because why do they not skip a beat?
I'm gonna put in a little 2 cents for Clemson. LSU Tigers, Clemson Tigers.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see.
Clemson, no. Clemson is really the
We
true.
play the real
Let
Tiger
me.
Ray,
There's
just saying.
several tigers out there, but a lot of people don't know the history of the tiger and all that. We're the only true tigers, and I'll tell you the story in that. We're the only true Death Valley. The Death Valley over there is named Death Valley because Frank Howard went to Death Valley back when he
That
was
is
coaching,
correct.
and he brought this thing
Thus the Rock.
called the Rock, and he had it to prop his door open. And when his players would come in there, you'd have a little talk with him and everything. They'd rub the rock. It was supposed to give him good luck, and then he decided to put it on the hill there, and that's where the tradition came from, and that's where Death Valley came from, and they copied us. Now, 1972, Clemson, 1971, 72, maybe a little off on the dates, it was early 70s. Clemson marketing, basically, they said, we need a logo, we need something for a team. So they went to Henderson Advertisement, which is now Southern Tide. If you go into Greenville, it was 385. And the guy had been up in Chicago at the museum, and there's a Bengal tiger, and there was a paw there. Paul. It's got an art on there. It's registered. The guy, I think, still alive. Made millions of dollars off there. So
Yeah, he
we
did.
really, at that time, became the only registered true tiger. And then LSU's got a tiger. So that's just a little history. I like history stuff.
I did too.
And then sometime around about 2011, 12, somebody broke in and took half the rock.
Yeah, well, Chip,
Some redneck.
USC fan.
USC fan.
Yeah.
And now they got cameras out there and alarms and 4
All right.
locks out there.
So we got the LSU USC game. Notre Dame, number 7 versus Texas
I'm looking
A&M.
forward to that
Again,
game.
20. Let's
That's
start
a prime
there.
time
What do you
game.
think?
You know, I see they got Texas A&M listed as a small favorite there, and I have to think that's only because it's being played at the home of the 12th man out there.
Well, that's definitely 12th man.
So, you know, I feel like because of that, it's going to be a really close game because I think if this is played in Notre Dame, to me, it would be an easy pick to say Notre Dame. Playing at Texas A&M is going to change that a little bit. I think that game is going to come down to maybe a little bit of turnover deal and momentum and who can seize that.
Mm-hmm.
If Texas A&M can keep their crowd in it behind it,
and they will be.
I think they've got a chance. So I'm going to say Texas A&M.
Yeah. I've never been there, but I've heard about it and I've seen it.
We've seen it here.
It's I mean, it's what, 115,000. It's big. And these guys get up at 2:00 in the morning. They go through all kind of. They're crazy fans out there. It is definitely the 12th man. I know
have
Clemson,
a great fan base too.
The last time
really
Clemson played there, they had a hard time hearing the calls.
I remember when
I
remember when we played Texas A&M here, and the fans were like that, and they were like, you know, and they were like, yeah, we really love coming to Clemson. The fans are so great. They're so awesome. They treat everybody with such phenomenal hospitality. But they said, you know, and they did. They said the same thing. They said we love when people come here because it's the same thing, and that goes back to the college thing. But I love their traditions too, and go from there. Myself personally, I kind of agree with you on that. I think Texas A&M is going to win it, but it's going to be close. It's going to be it's going to be a tight game. I don't think you're going to see a blowout, but that's one I think that I agree. The 12th man's going to decide that factor.
Most definitely. They're going to be ready for that game. And it's a home field advantage. Anything more on that game?
No.
I mean, I just think they overrank Notre Dame every year. They got them at 7.
I don't know why you have Miami, Florida, but we'll talk about it.
But those are the 4 best games. I mean, Miami and Florida's a big rivalry. Florida, you know, if you look back 2009, 10, 11, Florida had one heck of a team. You know who the coach was and who the quarterback was. But
just saying.
They're playing in Florida, playing in the swamp.
They are playing in Florida.
It's a big rivalry. It's the first game of the season. They don't have Florida ranked.
I'm not a Miami fan, by the way.
Let me talk. And I'm calling it upset.
Oh, okay.
I just am. I think now they got Miami 19th. They always last couple of years been talking. They're talking big about Miami this year, and it's yet to be seen. It is a 2.5 according to Vegas.
Yeah,
so that's a close game.
Yeah.
I think Florida's going to upset Miami. That's just a feeling. Don't ask me any other reason.
I don't see that one. I see Miami's going to win that game. I do, and I think that one's going to be about 10 points. To be fair.
Really? I think so. Okay.
I'm going to try to give the preseason hypesters the benefit of the doubt on Miami because, like you said, it's been several years in a row now that Miami's received a lot of hype preseason, and it hasn't really panned out yet.
Can't argue
Law of the averages says at some point they got to be right, okay, on this preseason. So maybe this time around,
get them Gators.
maybe Miami gets it right this time around, and I'm going to say Miami out of the gate on this one, just because I'm gonna say law of averages for the hype poll,
and that makes sense.
You know,
makes sense.
They got to get one right eventually, right? Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. I know y'all find this hard to believe. There's a big game in about an hour. And
yeah.
I don't know if you can tell by what we're wearing and the name of our company. But I've been excited about this game. Been talking this game for 2 years. This came on schedule about 2 years ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is a huge rivalry. I think they ought to play every year. Real close. Both have passionate fan base. Both have a great history.
Well, and before you go there, that's one of the things that we were talking about yesterday. You know, Clemson and Georgia, the true fans, they truly don't like each other. They really don't.
I mean, Carolina.
No, Georgia, Clemson, even more so. They really, I'm telling you, they really don't like each other, but they respect each other. And that's the truth. Yeah. They really do. They respect each other. They respect each other's programs. They really do. They know, and I'm talking about because they know that both of them just the same thing. You know, Clemson goes into Georgia and recruits, and vice versa. And just because and their traditions just are that good.
Yeah.
And so it is I hate respect relationship. It's not,
Yeah.
not love hate. And go
Mercedes-Benz, not really. They call it a neutral site, but
That's not neutral.
Not
That's
really.
Not
It's
neutral.
not
Now,
neutral at all.
It's money. They ought to either when they play, they're going to
it is what it-
consistently play. They
it
either
is-
play here, and
It is what it is.
they need to switch off and on.
but now,
it
at
is
the end
what
of the
it is.
day, Clemson's fans travel. So
Oh, yeah,
you're
they're
going to
people.
see
Georgia's
pretty
Atlanta's
good-
not that far away.
you know,
So let's be honest about
117
it.
miles from here.
Each school got half the tickets,
it'll be a
and
pretty
each
good road.
each school sold theirs out.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were in
So,
Dabo
not
said he
that
was playing the
big.
Georgia song during practice to get them ready for it.
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw. I
But
read
that's
that.
coming back on, Monday night
Yeah.
on the Dabo show.
Clemson versus Georgia.
I'll go first.
You go
Look,
ahead, go for it.
This one for me, the rivalry really started to get good back in the old Vince Dooley, Danny Ford
There
days.
you go. There
I
you
mean,
go. I was going to go with
I
that.
can still see
Herschel Walker.
I can still see Terry Allen taking the pitch.
He sat beside me in many classes.
Treadwell kicking last-second
Treadwell.
field goals. Let's just be honest. That's kind of where, to me, that rivalry really heated up,
Mhm.
and it stayed that way for a long time. Now the conferences, kind of Georgia, Clemson not playing each other every year. Maybe they're getting back to that. Obviously, here recently, both programs have been on top of the game. What Dabo's done, he's trying to recapture some of that magic from a few years ago. The opportunity is now in front of the team. I see Georgia started 11.5 points here just as recently as yesterday. I'll go ahead and tell you that's already dropped a point today.
Yes.
Georgia's-
So it's 10.5 now.
Georgia's starting running back is out.
ETN.
How much of a factor that'll be, I don't know. And I'm
Finally
pretty
said
sure they
that,
said
yeah.
that the number 2 guy is also out. So Georgia's their third string running back.
Got a couple guys on defense out too.
If I'm looking at the game, what looks like the strength for Georgia would be their offensive line.
Yeah,
So if
I
you
agree.
take a couple of their running backs off the table,
Yeah.
maybe that evens things out now where Clemson's strength on the defensive line can now manage that game there on offense. We'll just see. Both teams are coming in here first game of the season. Anything can happen. Nobody's,
absolutely.
playing on a 5, 6, 7 game winning streak right now and riding any kind of momentum. New coordinators on both sides of the ball, but the Clemson's new offensive line coach, where did he come from? Just saying.
Yep.
Just saying.
So, maybe there's an edge there.
I'm excited about the offensive line.
If I'm an unbiased picker on here, looking at this from the outside in, I probably say Georgia, but let's just be honest. I'm biased picker on this one. I'm going to give Clemson the hopeful pick and say, look, they come in, they get it done. It's going to come down to taking care of the ball, though. They're going to have to play clean.
Yeah.
There's a little margin for error here,
You're right about
but I think if they take care of the ball, ride some of this momentum that they've had coming through fall practice, maybe catch Georgia a little off guard first game of the season, they get it done.
So you nailed it. That's exactly right. Turnovers is the key. Let's be honest. And first thing I'm going to say, one thing that you brought up. First game of the season is always, to me, it's always overhyped. Because what happens with it is it inevitably, they never perform as you expect. It never happens. And so when everybody goes, oh, the hype, and they do all these wonderful things, and they don't do it, and then you have the Fairweather fans inevitably from every school will come in and blah, blah. And you know what? They build off of these. The good thing for both of these, before I go to the pick, is it doesn't really make a difference in the end of the day for both schools.
Correct.
Okay? It really doesn't. Because they're not playing a conference game
Correct.
for either school. They got to still win their divisions and go from there. At the end of the day, we both can still be in the playoffs,
Absolutely.
and it really doesn't make a difference. That being said, I'm a Clemson guy. I bleed orange.
End of discussion.
So
In discussion.
Clemson's going to win this by 3. It's going to be but I'm not going to sit and tell you it's going to be a blowout. There's no way it's going to be a blowout. And Georgia doesn't.
No,
we don't
no.
play Georgia that way, and Georgia doesn't play us that way. It's just I was listening to it was a video I watched. And this guy was talking about how Kirby Smart, all this prep stuff, and stuff. He blows them out in the first game of the season. That's great. Who does he usually play? Valdosta State, somebody like that. He's playing Clemson. It's not going to be that way. It's just not. Clemson is going to prep up. They're going to do the things they got to do. Dabo did great changes last year. He made a lot of different changes. He made the changes. He usually lets the season go through before he makes the switches he does, and then he makes the major changes.
Right.
like it or not, whatever you want to say, but he knows and has been on top of his game, in my opinion, since day one. And he's just done the things he needs to do. So that being said, I think Clemson's going to take it, and we're going to win it by 3. Go ahead.
I know you find this hard to believe, but since we've been doing
I'll
this,
kick you if you say Georgia.
I was going to say just the opposite. I know you find this hard to believe, but since we've been doing this, I've yet to pick against Clemson. Probably never will. I mean, it's just me. You said it really well. I think there's a low margin of error. We need to do the little things good. We need to we need
really
field position. We need to have good punts, field position. That's key.
We do.
We need to make our field goals. One missed field goal could be the difference between a win or loss.
Absolutely.
And from the Duke game last year, we need to have no or minimal turnovers. Turnovers will kill us. It kills
Turnovers
us
is the key, without a doubt.
Yeah.
That's all you got to say. But that's any team.
Yeah,
that's any team. That's the turnovers. It's those undisciplined errors, which Clemson's great about that. They don't usually make a lot of undisciplined errors,
except in the Duke game last year.
Usually they don't.
And I, just over the last couple of years, and I mean, the quarterback's sexy and all, look at the offense and all this stuff. I really, been looking at the offensive line, how important it is, and how the game is won at the line. Mm-hmm. And I was so happy when they got a new offensive line coach, Matt Luke, and the changes they made in the offseason. Got a couple new guys in there. You saw a little bit of the Gator Bowl, a little bit different offense in the Gator Bowl, especially that fourth quarter. We looked pretty good. Brian Westco, they kind of compared him to T. Higgins in a way. We haven't seen him play yet. So we got Cade out there. He's improved over the offseason. I think we're still looking for another Deshaun Watson or Trevor Lawrence. Cade, I don't think has to be that. Cade just needs to be good. The other guy to play their game.
Remember, there's one on the radar.
But I'm going to tell you the key to this game, in my opinion, is Phil Maffa. It's the key to this game. I'll tell you why. First and second down, he can pick up 4 to 5 yards or more consistently. It opens up the playbook more plays.
It opens the pass.
Takes the pressure off.
For sure.
I think if he has a good game and I think if he stays healthy, he could have 1,500 yards this year. If he stays healthy.
Good.
The running game, established the running game, and then I think the passing game will follow.
I agree.
I think we're going to have to pressure Carson.
It's going to be your typical Clemson football.
Yeah.
It's going to be up the middle.
Yeah. We can't give him.
I mean, that's what it's going to be.
We can't give Carson. We can't give Georgia's quarterback all the time and he needs in the backfield. We got to put pressure on him.
Oh, I don't think that's going to be much of an issue. I think we got to
keep
Clemson's going to put pressure on him.
We got to keep him running.
Question about it.
I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think there's going to be a couple of plays that are going to break out. Maybe a long run, maybe a long pass, but I can make consistently.
Again, it's
when you get down.
Of the season. When people are talking about these height things, and it's both sides, both schools. They're going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. I don't care how much prep you got. Now you're playing real. You're under fire. You're actually doing the things you got to do. And how many times do problems happen when you're truly under fire?
Yeah.
It happens. It's the way. Guess what? You learn, and that's what happens, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. So I think halftime tied. And I'll tell my story in a little bit. And I think we're going to get into, and I don't like close games in Clemson playing. I like blowouts. I like when Clemson blows somebody out. I like when we played Alabama. You remember Stephen A? Alabama. He said it like 12 times. He actually came and apologized when a year later on game day to Dabo and the team. And so, everybody's picking Alabama, and Trevor got in there and you lit them up 44 to 16. And I remember just sitting back after, his other national championships were so close. And watching the Hunter Renfro, I about had a cow that night. I didn't sit down the whole night. I didn't go to sleep that night. I was so excited. Best no sleep I ever had. But those games are fun to watch, but it's not your team. But if it's your team, you like to sit back and see your team dominate. But that ain't going to happen.
No.
I think it's going to get in the quarter. I could be wrong, but I have this feeling
from
the football guys. I think it's going to go. Let me finish.
Nail biters are awesome.
I think it's going to go down to the last second kick or a kick near the end. Clemson wins by 3, 2017 Clemson.
2017 is a pretty good score.
I wish it'd be a higher scoring game, but I don't think it is going to be.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's
we're over an hour.
I think that's good.
So anything else y'all want to say? Well, the Tiger Chant.
Do you know?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3. CLE.
Yeah.
Okay. So we only got anything else to say. We're over an hour. You know, we like to keep it
Wrap
under
it
an hour.
up. Let's do it.
All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. CLEMSONTIGERS. Fight, Tiger, fight, Tiger, fight, fight, fight. Go Tigers, I bleed orange, baby. Woo, let's get it. Come on out here to Clemson Marina
Absolutely come out
and
here
join the
today.
most exciting, fastest growing sports network in the nation.
Definitely come out here today, guys. It'll
Get
be
you
a lot of
something to
fun.
eat.
It'll be a lot of fun.
All right. Love you guys. See you later. We're all.